Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. Riley Dixon has the ball on the tee, ready to get us started. And off we go from Nashville. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And some room to roam now. And all the way down to the 29. A huge play there right off the bat. 46 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Titans at 7 and 8 now on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Willis. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw on 3rd down. Far. And that is incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate. Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 69 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Willis, the 20. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now Willis. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Titans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
1st and goal from the 3. They'll run with Hall. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Breece Hall with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Titans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Farr. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, but now it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Off play action. Farr. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 24, Willis. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Back to throw. Far. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Titans. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, so I'll take it.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Far. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Harris there finding his way home to record the sack.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Throwing on 3rd and long. Far. And that will be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Yikes. Terrible kick. Headed straight for the sidelines. On the counter, it's Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 15 now. Willis. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big pickup of 38. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
19 tight.
Willis will look to throw it. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Titans take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Looking to throw on second down. Far. Looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Delvin Duvernay. 43 yards. And the Titans are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it is 28-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. They'll give this to Akers running right. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Off the play fake. Far. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Titans are going to get it back here just past the 35.
But those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Now Willis to throw. He sets to fire deep. This is caught inside the 15. The tight. First of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, it's Willis. Pickens on the slant. Touchdown! George Pickens in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Titans would extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes this 35-0 now. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. You back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster the first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That second down play, that's a -4.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And some room to work. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 183 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, "Summertime and the living is easy." Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have got his feet down here, would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
On second down, a run with Hall. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. A pitch comes to Hall. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And his kick here is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll go again here with Akers. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. On 4th down. Far. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 30, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Man, 216 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Slot man moves right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Straight ahead is Hall. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce them, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Warriors 17. 18 Pioneer.
On first down, Willis. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 10 more there and another first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Back now in Nashville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hey, pass. 79 Broncos.
Now Willis on 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Back in 60.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Malik Willis scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. No problem there on the extra point. And this one was over.